Hello everyone, or no one if no one ever watches this video. So I wanted to show you guys how I prep on Sunday to have a super productive week, either for school or for work. Right now I am not going to school since I graduated a couple months ago, but I do work full-time, so this just kind of helps me so that throughout the week we get to spend more time together, or we can be able to do more things that we enjoy doing together. Or if you have kids, it'll give you more free time with your kids, so you don't have to be in the kitchen for hours. So everything that I'm doing is prepping. I noticed that when I do a full meal and put it in the fridge, it works when I'm alone, but my husband doesn't really enjoy it. So what I do is I'm cutting up a lot of vegetables, a lot of things that we are going to be used, that it's okay if I cut them ahead of time, and then that way it's just like throwing things together. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and leave me your comments down below. Bye guys.
So the first thing I do every Sunday,
and then all I'm going to do here is just load every dryer that was in the washer while I finish prepping.
Put it away on Sundays. But I put a load in while I'm going to meal prep and things like that, and then I will also put it to dry while I'm meal prepping or doing something else. That way I can just like keep an eye for it, but also I'm not like hand washing the laundry, so it can be done while I'm doing something else. And I like to use powder detergent. I don't know why, I just feel like it cleans better, and also it makes the clothes smell so much better. Then I'm just putting away everything that was like air drying on the counter. That way I have space to cut up vegetables and things like that. The way I do our meal prep is I don't actually make the full meal now, just because I noticed that my husband doesn't really like that. So what I do is I cut up the vegetables or whatever I'm going to need, and then put it together. I was making a lot of bowls this week. Like we made a Mediterranean bowl, we made a sweet chili chicken bowl with like red cabbage and all of that. So just things like that, like I just prep them prior to, so that it's easier, because if I make a full on meal, he doesn't seem to like it, and then sometimes we end up wasting it because he doesn't want to eat it. I really miss my kitchen in Colorado, guys. Like I don't really care for this kitchen here, but honestly we're not going to be gutting it out, unfortunately. Just because like my containers, like the only way I could storage them was up there so that they're organized. I mean, it's just not very convenient. Just keeping that one down there because I know I'm going to need it. I'm just moving things around and taking I got those flowers from work, from like this girl at work, for my birthday, so I'm just taking out the ones that are dead and keeping the rest in. And then of course I'm gonna wash my hands with soap. And then I realized actually I should meal prep on this side because it'll be easier to show you guys what I'm doing. So you know, just moving things around again. I'm gonna put a bunch of eggs to boil. We only had 8 eggs left, so I put them on the list to buy more next week. We just haven't been eating eggs that much, so yeah. So my trick for eggs is I put a ton of salt before I put them to boil. I did accidentally like underboil them just a bit, so they were a little too soft for my liking, but my husband still likes them like that, so it was okay. I think I did about 18 or 17 minutes on this one, so I should have done 20 for sure. And now I'm also gonna put some quinoa to boil while I do everything else as well. So see, like just trying to be proactive about things. Like if I can get some things cooking or laundry going while I'm doing something else, then it's time that I'm saving and I don't have to do it later. Also, I really need a haircut, guys. My hair is like folding in the back because it's just at that point where it's definitely too long. Also with quinoa, make sure that you guys measure it, because that's very important so that you know how much liquid to put. So I'm using chicken stock, that way it has some flavor. And I just do double the amount. So like if it's 1 cup, then I do 2 cups of liquid. And that works out great for us. And then you kind of just want to cook it until it starts to boil. When it starts to boil, you mix it, you cover it, and you let it soak all the liquid for sure in. And I know my board has seen better days, guys. I know. So I'm going to cut up all the cucumbers because, like I said, we were making a Mediterranean salad, and I'm going to use them for that. So if they're already cut up, all we have to do, or not a salad, I'm sorry, a bowl, but all we have to do tomorrow, actually, when we were making it, which was for Monday, and then for our lunch for Tuesday, is I just open the container, grab the cucumbers that are already cut up, and I don't have to spend time doing it during the week. Like, it doesn't add up time or take time away during the week when I'm the busiest with work and everything else. As you can see, the quinoa is definitely boiling in the bag. And I try to put all the vegetables in like airtight containers like that one. And also, I don't know if you guys saw, but I dried the cucumbers that way they wouldn't like wet. But I try to do that way I don't have to worry about it like going bad or anything like that. So washing both at the same time wasn't working, so I had to put one down to wash the other one. And then same thing, I'm going to dry them. And the sweet potatoes do need to go in the oven. Like I said, see, turn it off, just mix it. And I just put it on really low to simmer because it still had a lot of liquid in it. And then I'm just setting the oven. I'm getting a baking sheet as well from underneath. Yep. I actually didn't. I hate using that drawer at the bottom of the oven for that. However, we just don't have the space to put it anywhere else in this house. And then I'm just gonna put some parchment paper so it's easy to clean up. That's another thing. Like, try to make things easier to clean up so that you're not also spending like 20 hours cleaning it up on your Sunday. I'm just cutting up the ends, and then I'm just cutting them in like slices because I'm just gonna put them all on the tray and bake them. And all the dogs were literally like waiting to try to get a piece of sweet potato if it fell. Yep, they're all just sitting around me begging for food, guys. You can kind of see Kush's head in here. Like I said, I'm just gonna mix the quinoa, turn it off, cover it, and just let it sit, cover. So you can see we have more audience, like definitely Cooper. You can see him on the camera, but literally all 4 of them were around me, guys. I'm just laying them out on the baking sheet. And you can literally bake them just like this, but I did sprinkle some avocado oil, and then I think I did a pinch of paprika and a pinch of salt over it. And the timer went off for the eggs. They definitely needed a couple more minutes. Oh, and then I left that chicken outside the fridge last night so that it was ready for Sunday morning for me to cook. I'm just going to sprinkle the salt over the sweet potatoes. Turn on the stove, don't forget that. And I feel like the most important thing with this is just trying to keep track of everything, because there's going to be a lot going on at the same time. And then I just set a timer for about 20 minutes for the sweet potatoes. And then I wash my hands with soap and water. And then I just use a spoon, like I crack the eggs, take a little piece, but like I said, they were a little too soft, so this wasn't working how it normally does. And you just take the spoon in and you spin the eggs, and normally the shell of the egg will just come right off, like when you're trying to peel them. And you don't have to struggle, but like I said, they were a little too soft. I should have realized that. But anyways, yeah, so I just do that, and then I rinse them out pretty good, make sure there's nothing left on them, and then I put them in an airtight container as well so that we can keep them throughout the week. So pretty much, like I'm just gonna repeat that with all the eggs, and then I'm just gonna cover them to make sure they stay airtight. You can also use the eggs for salad, so it gives you like endless things that you can do with them. And then I'm just going back into the washer and putting everything into the dryer so it can dry while I finish prepping everything else in the kitchen. And the things I'm putting on top of the dryer are things that I'm not actually going to run through the dryer itself. So I'll show you guys where I hang them to air dry. So I already had things hanging in there that were dry. A couple things still needed to air dry a little bit longer. But yeah, I got this Aldi a while ago, and I have a basket in there that I need to take upstairs to put away, so I just put it in there for now. I just checked the sweet potatoes, and now I'm just gonna season the chicken, and also make some tzatziki sauce, which is super easy to make. This chicken recipe, guys, it's so easy. I literally, like, I'm gonna show you guys, but I pretty much will spray it with avocado oil. Like, I only use avocado oil that I'm going to burn. So like things that I'm going to cook, I use avocado oil because it's better to burn. I'm just gonna put it on there, and then I will turn on the stove so that heats up, and just to give it like a color on the outside to the chicken. And I'm going to be washing my hands a billion times because that's how I am when I touch chicken. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chicken out. I'm going to put it in this bowl. Wash my hands once again before I touch anything else. And then I'm putting some of this seasoning. And it's kind of like a Mediterranean seasoning. I got it at Lidl's, Lidl, I think it is, or something like that. It's kind of like a German supermarket. Anyways, and then I'm putting pepper on. And then some Himalayan sea salt. And then I already turned on the stove, so that's heating up. And then just a pinch of cayenne so it can be a little spicy, because we really love spicy food in our household. So I'm just mixing it together, and then I'm just going to put it in there and turn it. So like I'm going to put it on one side so it gets hot, and then I'm going to put it on the other side so it gets hot. And I just put like a pinch of like the seasoning to see if it was hot enough. And it was. So you can see the smoke coming out. I'm just washing my hands with soap once again because, you know, paranoid. then I'm just going to turn it to the other side, cover it, and turn off the stove, and then I will leave it there until I'm done prepping everything else. So about an hour or so it will finish cooking. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm just getting another container so I can pack away the quinoa that I have ready for the week. And I definitely picked too big of a container, but it works, so hey, can't be complaining. And then I'm just checking the sweet potatoes to make sure that they're good, and then I'm going to give them a nice little turn to make sure they cook on both sides pretty well. I'm gonna put in the timer for I think about 15 more minutes to finish that. And then I like to keep up with dishes as I go, that way at the end there's not a ton of dishes, so I'm just putting them in the dishwasher as well. And then this way when you finish cooking you don't have a mountain of dishes, you just have some dishes that just need to be finished. So yeah, I'm just doing dishes as I go, that way it's so much easier. And then now I'm going to make some homemade tzatziki sauce with the seasoning, and all it takes is some Greek yogurt, the seasoning, and then I added cucumbers about a day prior to us eating it. So like the night right before. And honestly, the tzatziki sauce was so good, guys. Like, it was so easy to make and seriously so delicious. Also, try to put things away as you go, and then I'm just taking all of this to put in the fridge. So then I'm just going to come upstairs, and I always make my bed. Even during the week I make the bed daily, and it usually is the first thing that I do, but on the weekends my husband gets to sleep in, so I have to wait until he gets up to go and make the bed. I did want to go ahead while I'm making the bed and announce the giveaway winners for the $25 gift card. I decided to pick two winners. I didn't pick. I randomly put them into like a container and picked the names out, and the two winners are Laura G, I think it is, and NEREIDA Cardona, and I'll go ahead and contact them directly. If for some reason one of them doesn't reply or just doesn't want the gift or anything like that, then I'll contact someone else, but I just won't be announcing it. But I'll go ahead and be contacting them. And literally, I do our bed daily, so it's so easy for me. I feel like if you get in a routine of things, it's just so much easier to do it. But if my bed isn't made, I just can't concentrate on anything else. So I brought the basket upstairs, and I'm just going to put clothes away. My one big tip for people that don't like to do laundry or that are not good at keeping up with it, it's do laundry on one day a week. Like, pick the day of the week that you're going to do laundry, and on that one day do and put away your laundry. Do not just let it sit there, because then you will not put it away. That's what I do. So I do our laundry on Sundays, and I also put it away, that way we can be prepared for the week, because my husband needs his uniforms and I need my clothes for work as well. So it's easier if I just do it on Sunday, and then I'm ready for the entire week. I also on Sundays go ahead and check like his drawers where I put his clothes away, and if anything is out of place, I'll go ahead and refold it or fix it or anything like that. It just makes it easier for me than trying to fix it throughout the entire week. Like I said, I just kind of like separate the things and put them where they belong, and then I'll need to hang everything that goes into our closets. But see, you see what I'm talking about? Like, he had a couple shirts. I had to open the other drawer, not the first one. So he had a couple shirts and shorts that needed to be refolded. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I just hang everything while I'm in the room. That way I just bring as many hangers as I need with me. And then I take them into the closet. Mine's were hanging right there on that drawer, as you can see. And the other thing that I recommend is pick your clothes for the week. So you'll see I'll be putting away my clothes. And then you'll see that I start picking away my clothes for that week. But all I'm doing here is just putting our clothes away on the same day that I did the laundry. So what I'm doing is I'm just picking my clothes that I'm going to wear for the week. I work 5 days a week, so I need 5 outfits, and I kind of check the weather to see. I can exchange the days that I'm wearing them. Like, I'm not like this is for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's just outfits that I have, but I will only get dressed from that area pretty much, so that I don't waste my time trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. And then once I put the clothes away and things like that, I take advantage of time. And the sweet potatoes were done, so I just went back down, took those and put them in the fridge. And then I just went ahead and I'm just cleaning everything up because I don't want to have a messy kitchen for the rest of the day. Like, the time says it's later, but that's because we went to the store to get some groceries and things that we needed, and then we came back and I continued. But normally I will do it all in a row. It's just how it worked for this Sunday because I needed to go to work for like a special event that we were having. But I cleaned everything up, like the entire mess, everything that I made in the kitchen. But normally I just do everything, I want to say, within a span of 2 hours in the mornings. I do all the cooking, all the prepping for the week, and then I do our laundry. Obviously the laundry is not done, but it works. And then the last thing I do is I use a different purse than I use. I have one work purse, and I recommend that for sure because then you won't forget things. So I take my wallet and things like that and I transfer it throughout the weekend. So all I'm doing is I'm just putting it back in my work purse. That way I have it ready for tomorrow. And I just have like a little table where I leave it on. This is the rest of the clothes that was in the dryer. What I will do now is I just play some Grey's Anatomy because I was catching up. And while I play Grey's Anatomy, I'm just folding the clothes. That way you're entertained and you're not just sitting there. So this is where I try to finish everything else that I need to do. And like I mentioned, wash it, fold it, and put it away on the same day. And then I'm just gonna fold some bags that I had left, just doing little things that I know I don't want to do throughout the week, like waste my time on. If you enjoyed this video and it's helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe and leave me your comments down below. I would love to hear what you want to see next as well. And just subscribe because it's free, why not? The last thing I'm going to show you guys, and I'm actually not going to show you, but pretty much I paint my nails on Sundays. That way they're ready for the entire week. So I'm just picking a color and I'm just going to paint them, but you don't have to see that horrific scene of me trying to paint my nails. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys.